Hi everyone, it's Nono here, and this is a live stream on creative AI and coding, where we do things from writing neural networks from scratch to using existing algorithms and doing creative coding exercises. We also do automation, and I also explain how I do different things, my workflows, and how the tools that I use and how I use them for my creative projects. I'm Nono Martínez Alonso. I also produce the Getting Simple podcast and this live stream. So you can, remember to subscribe and click on the bell if you want to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. Without further ado, I'm going to start. Today we're going to talk about my streaming workflow and projects. This is kind of a catch up for the new year. I'm going to have some more time to record videos online the following weeks, and I'm gonna try to set the ground for what we're gonna be doing and the things that I'm trying to do with my new machine and some of the new equipment and some of the things. I'll also share some of the tools I'm using and some of the tools I'm thinking on getting. Yeah, and I'll also comment a bit on the progress of all the things that have been going on. I'll remind you as well that you can join the community at Nono Martínez Discord. This is a Discord server. There's a lot of people. You can ask questions there or see what other people are saying. Okay, we're gonna skip this. And what are we gonna do today? So I'm going to kind of show a few bullet points. We have more on the Notion page. And as I said, I'm gonna show some of the tools that I'm using on the live stream to stream and some of the projects that I want to do or in 2024. Okay, so I got a new MacBook. I'm gonna show which one now and why I got it. I'm gonna talk a bit about the streaming workflow and some of the things that we're doing here. And we're gonna talk about file organization, something that I'm undergoing at the moment. I'm trying to get right to be able to easily use multiple machines and for the same projects and to move from one machine to the other pretty fast. And side projects, that's what I mentioned, that things that I want to do in 2024. And I'm going to show a really quick tool that we've been developing in the live stream that I have been using, and now with this new machine works pretty well. Okay, so I got the new MacBook Pro M3 Max. And I have to say, so far, I'm super happy. I mean, I'm not sure, but this might be the first live stream that I do with this machine. And I got it because I'm going to be doing streams. I'm going to be recording videos. I'm going to be editing video and podcasts. And I'm going to be recording remote podcasts as well. So this machine is expensive, but is really powerful. It has 16 cores, 4 of them efficiency cores and 12 performance core, whereas my previous M1 Mac only had 4 performance cores. And this machine has 64 gigs of what they call unified memory or RAM. And we're gonna see, so I mean, here you can see the model. So it's basically a 14-inch released in November 2023. And this Apple M3 Max with 64 gigs, the serial number I obfuscated there, and it's running macOS Sonoma 14.2. So there's another update now. Not a lot of info here, but we can see more information on this computer. So before we move to other things, I want to bring up the activity monitor here. And what we're gonna see is this CPU usage, CPU history, and CPU and GPU history. So these panels here represent the different things that the Mac is doing, or the different resources that the Mac is using. So let's see if we can resize this one a bit. Yeah, so this is the GPU. I guess we can make it really big here. So this is GPU usage, and let's see if I disable the preview on OBS, if it changes at all. This is the history of the GPU and even live streaming. So I'm capturing and I'm streaming and I'm also recording locally. So I'm streaming to the cloud to YouTube and I'm recording locally. So I'm not sure if that spike here was because we just opened this or because of the preview. So let me actually let it go like that for a bit. But long story short, it seems we still have a lot of GPU available on this, or unified memory available in this laptop while we're capturing video, streaming video, and capturing the screen and recording locally. And that's pretty new. Also, that's pretty exciting because that's new for me. My older Mac, the M1, cannot do this, and maybe we can do a comparison at some point if you're interested. So leave a comment if you're interested in that. And yeah, so that is basically for the GPU. I mean, we're not doing anything else computationally expensive, let's say, except for all these things like streaming and doing these things. This is the basically the course, or the efficiency course, are running there, and we have performance cores that are that are pretty empty right now. So we have them fully available to do things live and basically use the computer even when this is going on. So I can actually open here a terminal. It seems like these windows go on top of a terminal. So let's try to resize this one. Resize this one here and make my terminal a bit smaller. All right, let's put this here. All right, let me do this the other way around. All right, I'm gonna leave this thing here, and I'm going to move this. Again, this is our GPU, so let's leave this. Let's see if we can squeeze this down. Okay. Okay, and we have this panel here. Okay, so this one, I mean, this is represented below here, so we don't really need to have this in here at the moment. What I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna go to my desktop and I'm gonna make a new temporary directory here. You can see it's in here, and it's empty. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a new yarn repo there. I'm gonna try to use some GPU. So let's do yarn init. Yes. So we now have a package JSON, and we can let's add some packages here. So for example, TypeScript or 3JS. What else? What else can we maybe React and React on? Yeah, so something that actually has to think. Okay, that doesn't seem like it's done anything. So something that requires building code. I wanted to do. Let's open maybe TensorFlow. Can we build TensorFlow from scratch? Let's actually ask ChatGPT. Okay, let's move this to the other screen. Let's see, they move back. Okay. How can I build TensorFlow for macOS Silicon from source? Okay, so this guy is thinking here. We have Python, we have Homebrew, we have, oh, we don't have Basilisk. Yeah, I just wanted to try to do something that was actually gonna use the CPU, but let's see, Basilisk. Yeah, let's not do this right now. But yeah, so let's remove this here and get back our cores. So yeah, so these are our cores. I'm going to bring the GPU as well. And I'm gonna enable OBS's preview just to see if it makes any difference here in our graph. So we should see if there is some difference. We should see it right after this peak. Doesn't really seem like it's making any difference, so we can leave it. But yeah, long story short, this computer is super performant while we're streaming and recording and doing these things online. So it's gonna be pretty cool. You can see some of these efficiency cores are a bit more used, but you know, we don't need to worry about that. Okay, so we're gonna leave this. Let's look at our slides here. So we had new MacBook streaming workflow. Yeah, so now we're gonna talk briefly about the streaming workflow, nothing too in detail. We can see more in detail in the future. And I'm basically gonna talk about Python markers, so chapter markers. I have a Python program that you might have seen on the live stream because we've developed this live, and it's working pretty well. So now, because and this is something that could be done differently, but I mean, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have this machine as well. So let me actually bring up the tablet so I can sketch and explain a few things here. Let's try 2% here with the remarkable connect to app. All right. All right, here. And we're gonna do something later with this to basically be able to hide this remarkable logo and simplify the UI, because I really like that they've allowed to have this interface on remarkable full screen now, and it's pretty neat. So I can actually just get my pen here. So yeah, this is so this is today's the 20th, and this is live 108. Yeah, so what I wanted to explain is I capture video. So let's maybe, so I have my camera, and that camera is let's see here. This is right now a Sony ZV-E10. So it's a mirrorless. It's a mirrorless camera, and what that means is that it doesn't really have a shutter, and these cameras are really good for video, also for photo, and this one is not full frame. And I have an 11, well, this is an 16 millimeter lens with the APS-C. Is it APS-C? APS-C crop factor, I think it's called. Let's Google that quickly. APS-C. Yeah. So this Sony mount, it has a crop factor, so it gets all the E-mount lenses, but it has a crop factor of like about 1.25. So that means if I go in here, that a 16 millimeter lens might be 20. I don't know if it's okay. Let's ask our ChatGPT here. What's the crop factor of Sony E-mount APS-C lenses? 1.5. Okay, so that means that a 16 millimeter is 24 millimeter, really around that, like 24 millimeter. So I'm, you know, this camera here is 24 millimeter, so there's no zooming or anything. So this is what it can get, and I'm like not even a meter away from the lens, right? So you can see this deforms a lot my arms if we record. But I previously had an 11 millimeter, and I had to actually zoom in a bit to simulate this. So this means that even though right now the you know, my webcam or like the capture card is actually passing video at, I think 1080 or like 720, because you know I'm just here on the screen and I don't really need to have like 4K video, which could be interesting to try to see if like with this new machine it allows it to be efficient as well. But yeah, long story short, I have this lens and it's like effectively 24 millimeters. It's a Sigma 1.4. Let me actually take a look at that as well. So let's put here really quickly my my orders. And I actually got a really good deal. Yeah, so it's actually this lens that we can see here. It's a $365. I actually got it for like a lot less, maybe like 280 or something, and it's 1.4, so it's a lot of light. You're gonna even need a filter that lowers down the light if you want to record outside at 1.4. So for that, I have the Earth filter. Yeah, this one. So you can get these beautiful filters. Let's stay here. Yeah, so you get these filters and they actually have like a variable stops, and you can actually like flip them and adjust the lighting. Yeah, so this is a filter you put on there, and it basically removes a bit of like light from the shot that you're taking. Okay, so yeah, so we got that here, and yeah, so we're talking about this, right? And okay, so this actually let me all right, so something happened here with the capture card. This is something that hadn't happened to me before with this capture card, which is pretty weird because it's a new capture card. So I'm frozen there. Huh. Okay. Okay, let me figure this out. What's going on here? It's by changing the resolution. It got it fixed, but that's super annoying. I don't really understand why that's happened. Well, if that happens, just let me know in the comments on the live chat. Yeah, one thing. Okay, one thing I want to do here is create a mask for the remarkable sharing screen, because I want to see this, but I want to have, if it's white, I want to see the whole background as white. So I'm going to take a screenshot here, which we can show in Finder. And that went into our screenshots, and I'm going to open that in Photoshop. So what we're going to do, we're just going to create a mask image that is going to cover our entire screen. So basically this. Let's actually zoom in a bit more. I think actually I can just use this magic 1. Yes. Right. Great. And we're going to create a mask here. And we're going to invert that. Okay, so this mask here with like a transparency, I'm going to save. Well, let's actually do it properly. So this mask here, if I put it to be white, or better, let's see what the color of the remarkable background is. It's actually white. There is a little background there. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add a little white stroke. Even 1 pixel is good, but let's just be conservative. Let's put 3 there. And okay, so let's see actually if we look at this, this button at the top and this thing here, maybe we actually want to get rid of that as well. So let's see, can I bring this here? Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm going to also mask this thing here. Okay, no stroke. All right, great. And we can, let's put a pail here. And we can clone this thing and put it here. Okay, I don't want to hide the entire toolbar, because when we select tools here, we're actually going to see this thing, and it would be really weird if we see this cropped, but these things show up. Even though we could actually do that. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I can actually go here and let's take another screenshot here. Let's paste this here as well. All right. And we can actually include, have this, we can actually include all this area. Now we have that border. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2. Great. Okay. So that should give us that space. And now we have this mask here. And I'm gonna remove these things. I'm gonna actually save this on my settings for OBS. That's gonna be, let's put here, yeah, let's put here just a name. It's gonna be remarkable. Mask. All right, so we save that, and I'm actually going to export that as well into PNG here. Okay. So what I can do now, I'm gonna show you. So I have here the screen for OBS. I can disable the preview, so this is not confusing. Well, actually, yeah. Okay, yeah. So what I'll do is I'm gonna create a new scene that I'm gonna call it remarkable. Actually, it would be easier if we just have this as a mask in the main scene. Well. Let's see. So I can actually do, let's maybe if I deactivate this, at least you don't see all the crap behind. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We can put a mask here. Yeah, let's try with a mask. So a mask would entail, let's bring some remarkable in full screen. Okay, remarkable. Accept. Okay. All right. See, this would be like full screen, and then it goes black when it's actually full screen. You're probably okay. Yeah, you were seeing that. So yeah, it's you can see it's black here. And what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna add a so we have here the background, so that's an image. We're gonna add another image, and I want to, okay, so this is going to be remarkable, and we're going to make it visible, right? And we're going to browse to our settings of OBS in this mask. Upload image, unload image when not showing. Yeah, apply alpha in linear space. Let's see how that plays. Okay, so now we can see this when I change scenes. That's one thing that is a bit of a problem, right? When I change size, we're not gonna have that mask. Okay, so we'll assume remarkable is always here. Okay, so I'm gonna go here into transform fit to screen, right? So now we get that this mask, and you can probably, yeah, you're probably, oh, it's in front of me, so I'm here now, and we gotta move this behind my camera. Great, so now we have this window, and I could remove this thing here. So what we have is a mask that has, if I put my background here, this mask is just like an image with like this area here that is transparent, right? And what we want to do is to use this. So I'm gonna add actually a control here to the Stream Deck as this one's. So I'm gonna copy this one, and I'm gonna put here main scene source remarkable. So now when I press this thing on my Stream Deck, this is gonna toggle, right? So this toggles, and I can record now videos. Okay, so now we're gonna make use of this now. Just to make this okay, I'm gonna show something. I can actually go to Finder, press Shift Command A to go to Apps, and then where we have the remarkable application, I can press Command I get this thing, and I can actually copy this icon. So I can click here, and I can paste this directly in Photoshop, right? So I can crop to here, and I could, let's see, I can make this. All right, so this is an icon. We just care about the middle part. I'm just gonna put this icon for now, and That's going to be my icon for Remarkable. So I'm going to save that into settings, Stream Deck, icons, Remarkable, and we're going to close Photoshop. So add Stream Deck and icons, Remarkable. Great. Okay, and what I usually do, let's close stuff here. What I usually do is get the same image. So from here, get Remarkable. And put a veil on it to know that that's off. Right, so that's gonna be off. We're gonna save this here. All right, so now we can put our icon for Remarkable off. So when I click here now, you see that veil. Oh, I'm actually hiding the screen from you right now. Okay, so what I was doing is I've created these two icons for Remarkable, so you can see them here. And when I press or depress, you can see that veil on the screen, right? So that's just a thing that I've put for myself here. And if I move away now, the OBS window, what we can see. So what we can see now is that I can close here. Close stuff, minimize this, sleep ChatGPT. And when we go to screen share, all right, and now let's actually click here and enable this. Okay. It actually has a different color. So our mask, well, in here you can see it, right? So you can see the mask properly because it's apparent that you can, yeah, this, the problem with this mask is that it won't work when we do this zooming, right? It will crop the side. So I'll have to do something like this. That's interesting. You lose stuff and you gain stuff. So I wonder if there is a different way to do this. But before that, let's actually go back to our mask. Settings, OBS, Remarkable. So it is slightly different, but not when I take a screenshot. That's pretty weird. Okay, so what are we gonna do in here? If I make a what is going on? It's like, is the screen, maybe that the screen is washing out the colors? Might be the screen capture. Oh, okay, my bad. So I left this thing on, so there is like a veil in there. So it's the image is not fully transparent, so it's my error. So the screen is indeed white. Okay, that was really confusing. So just update the mask, replace that, and boom. Okay, and now we should be able to go here, put our mask, and okay, great. Okay, so now we have, as I said, I cannot go here because we don't really have the mask in the other OBS scene. So if I go here, that disappears. But so here, I do have this, and yeah. So now we can continue, and the screen is fully white, right? Okay. So I was talking about before that this goes into a capture card. So this is a device that basically gets an HDMI in and has a cable that brings a, so this is HDMI. And this is what I was saying before, right? If I now zoom in, you're gonna see the drawing cropped. So I have to, hide that in here, which is pretty annoying. It would be great if we, if this mask actually zoomed out with the zooming that I do here. But the thing is, this thing here, if we put it, so we have HDMI in and then USB-C out, and it makes an input stream of video that goes into my laptop. So this is the Mac. Okay, so this cable here plugs here with a USB-C, and then we bring that video into OBS, right? It's one of the things that shows on screen is the video, and that actually makes me showing here at the bottom left of the screen, right? Then later that video goes to two places. One is to the cloud, let's say, and I'm actually just bringing that to YouTube. And locally it gets saved into a folder as a video file that has the format NKV, Matroska, that has audio and video channels. For these videos, every time on my Stream Deck, that is the thing I've shown you that I was configuring before to be able to toggle this thing, for example, or toggle myself, toggle this background, do many of these things, right? That thing has buttons that let me plug into actions. And one of these buttons, specifically this one more or less, is a button to create or add a marker. And I've shown this before, right? I've shown this sometimes before. So when I click this button, what happens is that we go and read this MKV, and then we take a look at what time it is now. So for example, right now I can see it's like minute 38, and we say, okay, there is a marker here, and that text gets added into a text file with the same name than this video. So that allows me to know where the chapters are, where the important parts of a video happen. So for example, I did one when I started talking about the streaming workflow, and I did another one when I started talking about Remarkable, and I forgot to actually do one when I started talking about the stream again. But I can see that on the video timeline just by looking at the videos when I was actually starting drawing on the screen. So, but that like requires me to go back into the video and look at that manually. One thing I'm seeing here, Mohit Mali on the live stream. Hi, I would really love if you tell us where you're connecting from. Thanks for saying hi in the chat. And yeah, so I was saying that happens, and then so this thing here is pretty good already, right? This is pretty good already because we know when important things happen, and I can show you, so you believe me, I can show you for real that this markers file exists. So this thing is here and has the markers for the ongoing live stream. It's basically today I clicked at minute 2, and minute 3 I clicked marker at 11, marker at 19, right? And this is a text file, so I can actually write and save. But if I don't, I can control with the buttons here, and these ones are even like if I have these ones for the podcast, these are other buttons I have, right? When I click them, you're gonna see what happens when I click them is that I, for example, click on the mark or intro or today or break, right? So those things get added into this file. We're gonna remove them right now. And there's one last step that right now I have to do manually or running manually afterwards, or running a script, because it doesn't work from the Remarkable yet, because it actually calls a sub process. I'm going to show you what I mean. So from here, I can actually call the Whisper AI tool and have a transcript. And that's kind of the last bit of the workflow, because the first thing here with the markers is that we get how can I say, we basically get the important chapter markers, right? But now we need to know what they are, right? What's in each of these ones. And for that, I've made a script that I've shown before, and I'm gonna demo right now, which I think is pretty cool. So let me see if I might even have like a helper script for that already somewhere. Okay, so let's go to settings, scripts. Let's look here. Yeah, marker, add and transcribe all. So this one here, this script here, cat marker all. This actually just calls a Python script, but it tells it that it has to process all the TypeScript timestamps. So yeah, we're gonna call that one, and it's gonna run Whisper locally. So let's actually go. Let me put this here. Okay, so we're gonna see that. Pretty cool. Let's see. All right, so we have these things here. And yeah, for today, we know it's when I press today because I could do that, but we don't really know exactly what's in each of these ones. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call this script here, and we're gonna see that the program is gonna be transcribing those using Whisper's tiny model, transcribing 201. And for, as I said, for today, we don't really care because with Business Machine works pretty well. I got the new MacBook Pro. We had a new MacBook streaming. Yeah, so we're gonna talk briefly about the streaming workflow, another thing we can see in the future. yeah, one thing I want to do here is create a mask for remarkable sharing screen. And, you know, this is sort of fast. I could actually, if we look at that script as we did before, we can select which timestamps we want to run or not. And I can do this here. I can do, let's actually get this like help. Yeah, we have, wait, no, not really. Image magic. Not sure what's going on there, but well, but we can, let's actually just edit that and see the source code. We're going to create a command that is going to work a bit better. So we go here and we're going to look at the properties, right? So padding is seconds to add before the timestamp in case we want to look at behind us, basically. So let's actually print again this code. So this is what we want to execute. And I'm going to do here. Oh, okay. Now I understand. So let's actually try. Yeah, great. So we can see the usage directly here. I was using the wrong Python environment. And we can actually activate FFmpeg to make it easier. So we don't really have to be so verbose about what Python version we're using. Great. Okay. So text is the marker text. Let's see where text is really used. Oh, that's if we actually want to add a new marker at some point. For example, I could do here demo, and I could do, yeah, so I could do demo. And what this is going to do is that it's going to add the marker and then transcribe it. So for example, I do demo. Okay, one sec. So I do demo here, adds the marker, and actually it's going to now wait for 11 seconds, and it's going to transcribe what I've said after those seconds have passed, because you cannot transcribe until the text. So I do demo here, adds the marker, and actually it's going to now wait for 11 seconds, it's going to transcribe. You see, so it gets the text from before and after I do it. So I'm gonna do some counting. So you see that those 4 seconds happen before and the 11 seconds happen late afterwards, but we can actually tweak it. So I'm gonna do, and again, this is why the help was useful, because we can see here the, so that's the text. We have the TD's duration, TS is timestamp to transcribe if we want to be explicit, and TP is padding. All right, so we can actually do text gonna be demo 2. Let's put something like counting. We're gonna do TD is gonna be, let's do 3 seconds or 4 seconds, and TD is gonna be 6 seconds. That's the wait. And the model is actually gonna be now base, because tiny doesn't work too well. So I'm gonna start counting, and I'm not gonna press send until sometime. So you're gonna see that we're gonna get transcribed some numbers, like the ones I said 3 seconds before I pressed, and the ones 5 seconds after I did. Okay, great. So I'm gonna start just counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, press 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and now it finished. All right, so it's actually probably downloading the base model, which we don't have. I don't have it locally. I've never used it on this machine, so it's gonna have to download. But yeah, I mean that's gonna do the transcription. Okay, so all right, so still downloading. So counting is already why is put counting, but you know, supposedly is counting, and now it's running. Okay, so now it's 6, 7, 8, 9 press, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, and then I don't really know why it did all this crap, but let's just use the tiny one now. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so let's see, probably got, you see, so 1, 2, 3, and this, you know, I pressed here and then we got the entire count. Okay, so now let's just remove this. So this was some demo, and yeah, so that works. And what I wanted to say is like we can still do basically just put here what we had before, like was it all? Yeah, ts all, and we can run the same command. Instead of putting this here, we just put all here, and let's see if this works this way. So td, oh, okay, so duration we're gonna do, let's do maybe 15, well let's do 20 seconds, a bit more, and let's try the base model here. And yep, okay, and yeah, let's try it. So this will remove what we have and do it with the base model, which is more accurate supposedly. We're saying, okay, we're going to skip this and we're going to do today. The machine works pretty well. Yeah, I'm okay. One thing I want here to create a mask for the remarkable sharing screen. Okay, so this is actually better now. It's working better than before because of the model. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do large v3. That's the heaviest, the slowest, but the most accurate. So we're gonna do that. Let's see. It seems like we have the model. Let's see how long it takes. Okay, so it seems it didn't take that long, right? Is it because this computer is faster or what? Let's actually try 30 seconds. Let's try it to see, is it actually doing it? Okay, change the first one. Right, so it seems like it is because it's actually, wait. Okay, so Whisper's tiny model. Using Whisper's tiny model, let's put here base. Whisper's base model. Okay, the base model takes a bit longer. Let's see what version of Whisper I have. Let's see. Whisper large 3. Not sure if you can actually use that here. Large v2 GitHub Whisper. Okay, let's reinstall to see if the large V3 is also an option. Let's ask ChatGPT, list the available OpenAI whisper models in the command line. Okay, so we can actually we can get the large robust. Is this true? I've never seen large robust. Not sure if this is true, but large B3. Small. The N models for English-only applications tend to perform better, especially for the tiny N and base N models. We observe that the difference between is significant for the small N and medium N. All right, so let's actually try the base N. Okay, let's, I think this might be a problem of my own script. So we have, yeah, okay. All right, so large B3. No linting. Let's move around these things. All right. Great. So now we have support for those. Let's download then the base N. Okay, it has to download it. And we're going to do the same with the tiny one. Just try and hear the different performances. I mean, just to see, because we're not really doing a comparison right now, but we can test them. We're going to skip this. Okay, new MacBook. Yeah, and if you get too much text, then it starts not being super useful, because you can, you're getting too much of the transcript. But with like, I think with like 10 seconds or 15 seconds after the marker, it works pretty well. All right, this one seems pretty fast for the amount of time we're doing. Yeah, one thing I want to do here is create a mask for the remarkable sharing screen, blah, blah, blah. Great. Okay, so let's do just 10 seconds, and let's do the tiny N model. Which is a lot slower. And hi everyone who's connected with us live today. So feel free to say hi on the chat and let us know where you're connecting from. Okay, pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Right, and let's go for the large V3, which is gonna have to download. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Medium N. Let's do small N. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, so we're downloading this one. You kind of get the point here, like by having these markers, and I could make one up like while like if I see, okay, we've been recording for an hour, I could say, okay, for 1:00:50 I'm gonna say something now, and this will be transcribed later. It's coming now, so this is gonna be marker at hour 1 second 50, and it should appear there at some point. So remember that phrase that I just said, that's gonna be showing in here, so at hour 1 second 50, and that should be transcribed here when this model downloads. We can actually do that in parallel in a different window. Because this is still downloading. Okay. Yeah, so for example, with a tiny like base n, so it's gonna do all of them again to be port. I don't really understand what's going on with these models, or at least with this one today. I don't really know. Yeah, and it's gonna get this one marker at the end and do it as well. Yeah, or not. Let's try again. All right. Hi, Swift Spark. Like, nice to see you online. Okay, and this is going to be marker 1 second 50, and it should appear there at some point, right? So we've done that. Transcribe later. I got the new MacBook Pro M3 Max, and I have to say, so far I'm super excited to see the. Okay, and this is with the medium. Great. Okay, great. So let's just do one thing. Let's prove that this works. Let's make up some other timestamps. And we're going to do it with the small n. And wait, let's actually prove that that's happening. All right, so let's do this. So now this is from scratch. It's transcribing, and we got this here. All right, so the first one should be the thing I said after today. Let's see if it shows up. What is this doing? All right, station. Don't know what's doing. Base n. Wait. Let's put a bit more time. Small n. Base n. Not sure the differences are, or maybe let's get some t padding. Let's get like 0 seconds before. What are we going to do today? So I'm going to kind of show a few bullet points. We have more on the Notion page, and say I'm going to show some of the tools that I'm using. So this would be just today, right? Okay, so I got the new MacBook Pro M3, and I have to say so far, so this could be like MacBook Pro. So new MacBook Pro M3. Yeah, so we're gonna talk briefly about the streaming workflow. Okay, one thing I want to do here is create a mask for the remarkable sharing screen. We can read this MKV. I'm going to call this script. I'm going to get transcribe some numbers. This is going to be a marker at hour 1 second 50. This is pretty good. So this could be our default right now. So Let's do, so I'm gonna change the script. So I'm gonna change this and I'm gonna put here the default values. Gonna be, and I'll take a second. For those of you who are connecting, how many days it will take, by the way? What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about, Swiss Park? I don't understand your question. For everyone who's connected online with us, I would really appreciate if you say hello on the chat and let us know where you're connecting from. Okay. All right. Great. And I'll remind you that if you're watching us offline or online, remember to subscribe and click on the bell if you want to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos or podcasts. All right. So my AI project. We're continuously doing AI stuff, so projects and new things. So yeah, entire 2024, like the new year, we're gonna be doing things and nonstop. So yeah, you can expect it to be a long running project. I mean, we're doing many different things. Okay. So as I said, for padding, I'm just gonna be putting 1. For transcription time, let's actually do maybe 12. Let's do actually 15. I mean, if we do this offline afterwards, and then for the default, we can put now the small n. Okay, so whisper models. Yeah, so let's get these ones. Great. Okay, so that should give us the settings that we had before as default, transcript padding and all that stuff. Great. And I could actually, okay. So now that we have this, right, how would we go about it now? Now we do this and it's manually. These markers I added just because these are not important. So I'm gonna add a marker now. So now I'm gonna show how to clean up these markers here and what I will do, right? Hi, Ans Hadwell. Where are you connecting from? I'm good. How are you doing? Okay, so these I said like marker cleanup. And basically here I would say, okay, now this marker talks about the new MacBook Pro M1. This one talks about my streaming workflow. This one now talks about OBS Mask for remarkable screen sharing. And this one here talks about today, and we're probably gonna have one that we can see in the recording itself, but we're not gonna open that right now. That would probably be, I don't know if it's here, but introduction. And yeah, and Ansh Hadwal is connecting from India. That's awesome. Where is everyone else connecting from today? I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon, so I would encourage you to subscribe and click on the bell if you want to get notified when the next live stream is happening. It will be probably this week or the next one, but yeah, we'll try to have one weekly on Thursdays in 2024. And we have a missing one that is here, that is streaming workflow. part 2. And this is probably gonna be here, so I'm gonna just leave this here, and we'll put these markers with the video so they show up in there. All right, so let's take a look at the things I said here. So we've looked at the new MacBook, at the streaming workflow. We haven't looked at a file organization or side projects, so that's something we'll have to look on the next live stream. And I also had prepared to talk about my so we've done this here, not this. We didn't set up Farrago, remarkable OBS scene. We did that. So yeah, we can leave this for the next stream. Here, I still have some time, so I could probably just go. All right, and I will go to show you ideas I'd like to build. Okay, so I talked about a few ideas I'd like to build in 2024 in my blog. You can subscribe at sketch.nono.ma. You can see that URL in here. And yeah, so those ideas are a dashboard to tell me whether I wrote more than 200 words in the current day. I read my daily readwise quotes, and I sketched on the current day. I have right now a habit tracking Google Sheets document to do that, but it's a bit annoying to have to use it in that way. I want a way to filter my expenses. I want a Rumikub timer phone app. I did basically forked and cloned and modified one that exists, but I want to make it a bit better. An intro video playlist to Apple's MLX framework, an app to browse sketchbook scans and identifying which drawings have been edited or published, a new iteration of my file storage folder structure, Vita and React components for my website, dark mode support for my drawings, and an online price tracker. Many things, there are more, but yeah, we'll see which ones we actually have time to build in 2024 and which ones makes more sense. Farrago, blah blah blah. Okay, so we're not looking at any of this stuff anymore today. Again, I can go here now and say, okay, this is actually it is for to build in 2024. I'm creating these markers and you'll have them available after I finish the video. Okay, and we're gonna close this. I can actually touch, what is this? Touch. Let me discard changes. So we've modified this thing here. Add support for models, and then we have a few things here that I'm not going to look at. So we're gonna push. Right. Great. Okay, so let's close these things. We have the markers here. And what else can we see today? So I posted something on my blog. It has to do with Deno. So okay, so what is Deno? So it's a runtime that can execute TypeScript and JavaScript natively and TSX files. So, I wrote like a tiny guide here if you want to read it at Nono.ma Deno 101. And it's pretty convenient. I mean, we can create programs and we can compile them super easily. So for example, just with Deno compile, so we could actually come here into our desktop and make a folder called 108, and then make a subdirectory called Deno. 108 Deno, and I can actually, let's say I create a file called index or like live ts or something like that, and then we edit the files in this folder. I can actually write a program here. Hello, it's live 108, right? So we can directly, let's open this bigger, so we can actually run this program, okay, with Deno run, right? It runs natively, super fast to execute, even TypeScript, right? And we can do Deno compile, output, live, and then say live ts. So it's compiled, so you can see that now we have this program that is an executable, it's a binary, it's 100 megabytes, so it has some runtime inside, and we can run that with live, and it runs that same program, right? So it's pretty cool because you can create a binary that executes your program, and you don't even have to have Deno or any other programs installed. And you could also do Deno run TSX, so you could have dependencies like on like use JSX in a file and execute it here. So let's actually create a live TSX file, which I'm going to write here. So const component equals, and we're gonna make a function here that returns a div. So let's try to see, find name React, yarn add React DOM. Let's put here yarn in it. Let's try that. Let's see if this works. Okay, so it seems import React from React. Let's just try that. Okay, no errors here. And Deno run live TSX. All right, so it seems it's downloading something and it's running. All right, and we can now say, okay, print my component. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to do there, but let's try to see how can I render a React component as a string. Render to string, blah, 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 import as your component, render to string, React DOM server. Okay, so we just need to do import render to string from React DOM server. And we just need to do here output is render to string component, and we just put here our output. And with Deno, oh, function you're not valid is real child. This may be happening if you're a component instead of a component for render. Okay, so we actually have my component and we want to render this. All right, so that worked because I can do here child is going to be some text, and we're going to put here a child. All right, so now we run that and we get our HTML here. So we're seeing how to basically how to run TypeScript and how to run TSX with Deno pretty easily. All right, so we're gonna wrap that. We have here my markers, I think. Yeah, okay. run. So TypeScript and TSX with Deno. Okay, I think that's it. So that's going to be it for today. It was Nono Martínez Alonso here. I'm going to do a quick outro here and we'll go. Okay, let's change some settings here. Okay. Great. Okay, lastly, Okay, so that was live stream 108. I want to remind you that you can join the community at Nono Martínez Discord. It's a Discord server. Feel free to join and participate there and say hi. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell if you want to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. Bye bye. See ya.